Oh, ready, guys. Let's talk. 3.6 Pentastar. Y'all recognize what's going on, right? It's a Dodge Challenger. A lot of miles. When I say a lot, over 150. In other words, I wouldn't say it's time for the cooler to leak, because that shouldn't be something that you just randomly, normally replace. However, we living in different times, okay? There are some things on cars that's just prone to failure. And the original plastic cooler that was on these cars at Burt, this is a 2012 model, they all was no good. They always made them no good. Now the new ones are similar made, however, they're made of better material. I catch a lot of flack for saying these are revised, or even simply saying that they're better. They are in fact better. Now they are similar looking. That's the difference, guys. Similar looking. Where's my old one? Okay, here's the old one that come off the car. Yes, it's similar looking. In other words, they look alike. Yeah, so a lot of people will automatically assume the quality is the same. However, it is not. Okay, this is made of better material. All right, yes, it's still plastic. Okay, I would never go out on a limb and say the competition, which is Derman, is better from a standpoint of quality. All right, now construction build, yes, because it's aluminum. From a construction build standpoint, yes, that cooler is better than this one. But what are we chasing here? What do we want out of life? Okay, what? I know everybody's opinion is different, so this video not gonna be a dispute over what's better. You, meaning the person that's installing this, make that determination. Okay, I simply think from a quality standpoint, this one is better. The new revised one. All right, this likely will be your last time you're replacing these. There's a seal right here to get replaced. Now I'm all off track because that's not what this video about. This is what this video about, guys. When you're doing these cooler jobs, I don't care what it is, if it's a sideways engine, front wheel drive, or rear wheel drive engine like this, it is imperative, you just have to, okay, change the oil. Okay, so anybody out there doing these and not changing the oil, there's a risk, guys. When I pick that cooler up on here, coolant will find its way down into the oil pan. There's some galleries down here that leads that way. Remember, this cooler has ports for coolant. On this hose that go right here carries coolant, and remember, this is an oil cooler, so obviously oil passage is going to be running through here to keep that oil temperature at bay. All right, there's a coolant temp sensor and an oil pressure. No, there's an oil temp sensor and an oil pressure switch sensor that go on here. But listen, guys, now I know a lot of you guys do this on the side, at home, DIY. You have to have a way to clean this out. All right, you doing you and your customer a disservice by not cleaning this out. In other words, who the hell could put a brand new cooler on like this? Now, if I was out in the middle of nowhere and I forgot this is the sucker we use to suck it out, and I had some rags, to say I only had 2 rags, yeah, I'm taking these out of here and putting them in here and trying to soak up as much of that coolant as possible. Because, guys, yes, this is helpful. I catch a lot of flack for not putting nothing over this. Now, I get it. You don't want nothing to fall in here. Yes, I get that part. However, if you the only one in the shop, you the only one working on this car, and you extra careful, there's nothing magically gonna jump off of here and fall in here. The guy that's working on the car got to cause that. So sometimes you guys overthink things. And again, I'm not belittling the importance of covering up the intake. You should cover up the intake, but some of y'all get carried away. Oh my God, I wouldn't let him touch my car. He didn't even cover up the... Well, dude, I got common sense enough to know, you know what I'm saying, be careful. Don't let nothing, like, this is not gonna magically pick up and fall down in there. Or, you know, this socket right here, oh my God, it just magically fell down in there and now the engine might knock. No, the guy is working. And plus, I'm so careful about it. Before I set the intake back down, I look down in here. You know, I even clean out the intake valves. This intake valves, this is intake port. I put combustion chamber cleaner down there to break up any carbon buildup that's on the intake valve. Just about every one of these I do. Now, we don't have carbon buildup problems the way we used to on the other fuel systems. Some of these are direct fuel injection. Some of them are. We don't have that bigger issue. And gasoline is so much better now. But I keep getting off track, guys. The title or the main purpose of this video is change the oil. Now, there's somebody gonna get in the comment section and argue, well, if you'd have drained the coolant, you wouldn't have had that issue. Who in their right mind taking on this type of job, coming over here? Remember, you can't let the car in the air. You don't have access. Who's looking for coolant drain plugs? Who's down there turning that damn thing that may not turn back right and seal? That's a risk even taking that off. So who's out there doing that? I just want to know. I ain't saying you shouldn't. Yeah, it's a good idea to drain the coolant, but who's actually doing that? All right? I don't know. I'm not finna. Oh my God. And I got a lift. I'm on a freaking lift. I can easily let this up and fight with that drain plug and get coolant to come out. My point is, why? To prevent this. That's why, JT. Don't be a knucklehead. Yes, guys. If you can prevent this and it's no big hassle to you, go for it. I'm not suggesting you don't go for it. All right? I'm just saying if you don't drain the coolant, you know, this could happen. So you need a backup plan. And I got this. So all I do is simply set that right there and I pump. Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah. In about 30 to 60 seconds, none of this is going to be right here. Know why? Because I take pride in my work. All right. I'm going to cut this video off. When I come back, I want y'all to see. Y'all see how nasty it is right now. Watch how squeaky clean it be before I put this brand new cooler on here. I want y'all to hear that first. Yeah, y'all hear that? Lovely. I love the sound of. All right, I'll be back, guys. Y'all hold tight. Ta-da! Yes. Look how squeaky clean that is. Now I usually can get them a little cleaner, but that's good enough. Yeah. Where's my sucker? I already took it back. Here we go. Thanks to my Mighty Vac. Is that what this is? This is actually my Russian buddies. Mine's, I got the one from Harbor Freight. Something wrong. I can't find the attachments or something, so I went out there and grabbed his. However, the point is, get this shit cleaned out. All right, clean it up. All right. Now, if you want to drain the coolant, go for it. But the purpose of this video was to remind you and to enlighten you, or to highlight the importance of make sure you change the freaking oil, because again, there's a chance coolant could get in there, and you don't want coolant mixing around through your lubrication system. You know, with you don't want oil. The lubrication system, you don't want no traces of coolant in the lubrication system. Now let me cover one more thing that relates to this oil cooler job. Okay, I get to ask this question a lot in the comment section. And here it is, guys. This right here. Y'all know what this is? Ladies and gentlemen, this is RTV. All right? Yeah, you see the big R. Camera don't want to act right, but you see RTV. Now, I get asked this a lot. JT, what do you put on the seals and O-ring? Or do you put it in dry? Or do you put RTV on it? Guys, RTV, this is the only real true sealing you should be concerned with as far as lube. Now, there's a difference between an O-ring and a seal. A seal is designed to seal. An O-ring, in essence, is also designed to seal. However, the O-ring, well, it could carry both duties. Okay, you want lube. You typically want lube on O-rings. Okay, have you ever done an injector and you don't want to put the injector in dry because it's got a O-ring on it? Yeah, you don't put RTV on it. You put some type of lube. It could be engine oil for injectors or anything. This is a transmission lube. Yeah, I always take a little dab and just do that. And you know what? That's the reason for that. Simply to slide in here. Okay, that's going in that chamber right there. When you set this down in here, If this is dry, there's a chance that that could rip. You don't want that. But you definitely don't want to put RTV on it, all right? Because it's not sealing from that aspect, all right? You don't want nothing on these. Just set these on dry. So stay away from RTV when it comes to oil cooler, all right? Definitely don't put it on here. Use some type of seal just to help it slide down that chamber, all right? All of these right here will be fine. See how thick those are? Yeah, this cooler, it's probably the last cooler this car will ever get. But a couple of things I wanted to highlight: change the oil, and don't. I'm about to go Scotty Kim on y'all. Don't. In fact, this is gonna be a thumbnail. Don't use RTV on a engine oil cooler job to seal anything on an engine oil cooler. Let me bag back a little because you want to use this this grease right here I got. Okay, guys, that's all I have, man. Y'all enjoy y'all weekend. I gotta go. Thanks for watching.